In an era where climate change and environmental degradation pose significant challenges, innovative solutions are essential. Vetiver TT Ecological Engineering Solutions Limited stands at the forefront, harnessing nature's resilience to address these issues. At the heart of our approach is the Vetiver system, a nature-based solution utilizing Vetiver Grass, known for its deep, fibrous roots and adaptability. In Trinidad, Vetiver Grass is also known by other names such as Kush grass by Hindus or Vetiver Grass by farmers of Pyramid. The Vetiver system offers sustainable and economical answers to some of our most pressing environmental concerns such as landslides, floods, water shortage, and degraded lands. Globally, for over 100 years, Vetiver has been used as a land stabilization tool. Originated in India. Compared to other trees and plants, Vetiver is the superior option for land stabilization. This is because the majority of its biomass is below ground, holding soil together. Trees and other species of plants have most of their biomass above ground, sometimes overturning due to an offset center of gravity. The thick roots of trees also wedge soil and rock apart, unlike the fibrous roots of Vetiver that holds the soil together.
At the interface of our homes and workplaces, challenges often occur around the lack of stability of soils and erosion by heavy rains and surface water flows. There are many things that can be done to accommodate these challenges, but some are better and more rounded than others for people, the environment, and our budgets. The Vetiver system and other ecological engineering solutions, combined with heavy infrastructure only when necessary, provides one of the most holistic approaches to addressing soil and water-related challenges. The Vetiver system provides major infrastructure protection of homes and commercial and industrial facilities including malls, factories, pipelines. As evaluated on an engineering basis, our experience shows that it is a legitimate alternative for many soil movement and erosion challenges versus retaining walls, micropiling, gabion baskets, other typical engineering and concretized solutions where those may only be sometimes necessary for soil stability and erosion control. The Vetiver system is more cost-effective versus all of these solutions. Once a site is evaluated for feasibility of the Vetiver system or other green or soft engineered solutions, savings for projects will be in the order of tens and even hundreds of thousands, and in some cases millions. Benefits are real.
Vetiver Grass plays a pivotal role in combating climate change. Its extensive root system sequesters carbon, reducing greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. When the VS is used instead of traditional grey engineering approaches, or to supplement it, a lot of carbon emissions are avoided from the manufacture of cement and steel.
So we're in the Boys within the Western Peninsula of Trinidad and Tobago. And here we have an installation which you can see in front of you where we've implemented the Vetiver system to provide a solution to one of our residential clients. As a nature-based solution, the Vetiver system can effectively enhance soil stability in both a sustainable and an affordable way. Its deep and fibrous root system penetrates deep into the earth, thereby increasing the overall geotechnical shear strength capacity and reducing the chance of land slippage and landslides occurring up to, and in some cases, exceeding slopes of 45 degrees. In commercial and residential settings, not only does the Vetiver system provide an effective solution for soils and slope stabilization, but it also has a great aesthetic appeal, as you can see in this particular instance. The Vetiver hedgerows, once fully matured, can be trimmed and has a great aesthetic appeal into these nice hedgerows, as opposed to something like a traditional retaining wall or other forms of grey infrastructure. The Vetiver system relies on the Vetiver grass being planted in a hedgerow formation, where each of the plants are planted along the contour of the slope. As the plant matures and increases in diameter, eventually a solid hedgerow will form, such as what you see in front of me here today. And this is critical, as not only does it ensure that there's soil stability below through the deep and fibrous root system, but also the solid hedgerow slows the flow of water as it moves down the slope, in addition to which any sediment which may have been displaced from above is trapped behind each of the hedgerows, and over time natural terracing will occur. For this particular client located in the Boys, a retaining wall solution to address the issues that were being experienced would have likely cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, in this particular situation, we were able to install a Vetiver system solution costing approximately $50,000, saving the client over 60% of projected costs. Vetiver TT partnered with Trinidad Commercial Center Limited to address severe erosion and collapsing of berms along the Aruca riverbank, which was posing a direct and immediate threat to its nearby infrastructure, the Trinidad Mall, and where the client was looking for an effective and highly efficient solution as compared to alternatives such as gabion baskets. Over the course of 7 individual projects, Vetiver TT has installed over 36,000 individual Vetiver slips, covering in excess of 360 meters of the Aruca riverbank, providing effective stabilization along the entire length of this area of the Aruca riverbank for our client, Trinidad Commercial Center Limited. At this particular site, we would have used a number of solutions, including coconut matting, which is an erosion control product, in conjunction with the Vetiver system. The coconut matting is used to provide immediate protection from surface erosion of soils, while the Vetiver grass establishes itself. When planted, the Vetiver is quite young and it takes some time before it grows and matures, and so in the early stages, the coconut matting is critical to ensure that that surface erosion does not take place and give the Vetiver time to establish itself and grow. In addition to which, you can see in the shot here, we have our irrigation system, which we will typically install on sites such as this to ensure that the Vetiver grass has an adequate water supply, which is critical in the early stages of implementation and growth.
Today we're in Guayaguari, where BPTT has a high-pressure condensate pipeline buried beneath us along this right-of-way. This pipeline goes from Galeota to Beachfield and is an important asset for BPTT. Applying the Vetiver system, Vetiver TT provided a cost-effective solution to BPTT, where they were considering a much more expensive micropiling alternative. Our solution was a combination of other soil and water best management practices such as check dams, geotextile lining, erosion control matting such as coconut matting, and rubble and earthen drains. This site is still under progress, where we have several phases of installation and maintenance. So we'll be continuing in the coming months, and at the start of the rainy season doing another stage of planting of the Vetiver grass. So the solution we provided here for BPTT, the combination of the Vetiver system and the surface water management solutions, the rubble drains and the live stake check dams, they are effectively protecting this pipeline asset for BP, as opposed to the much more expensive micropiling solutions that were being considered. I'm standing in this gully, which is draining a significant portion of the flat right-of-way above me. And in this gully, as you know, in stormwater events, gushing water tends to erode channels deeper and deeper, creating severe gullies and putting assets at risk. Within this line, the geotextile earthen drain, we also have check dams. This is a check dam that I'm standing on top of, and as you can see, it's made from wooden stakes. These are Gloristidia stakes. These cuttings are implemented within a gully in a crisscross fashion and with some rocks behind them, so that they check the water velocity. As water is gushing down a gully, it is checked by this check dam. The water is brought to a stop and filters through this structure and then goes on its way down the slope at a slower pace. So this is the purpose and the function of a check dam, to control surface water erosion and mitigate severe gullies from being eroded. We're here today in Guapo, South Trinidad, where we've completed a rock revetment project for IAL Engineering. They were experiencing severe coastal erosion with the undermining effect of the impact of waves and upland erosion by uncontrolled water flow off their facility. The solution we provided them was this rock revetment project in 2 phases, covering about 215 meters, using about 3,000 metric tons of limestone rock, as well as 17,000 vetiver plants. The vetiver works as an excellent combined solution in this case, because with its rugged capabilities, its drought resistant and saline withstanding capabilities, it works well in combined solutions on coastlines, providing further protection right behind the revetment. The revetment is able to therefore be reduced in size to a small degree, but even small changes make big impacts to the bottom line when it comes to infrastructure projects such as this.
This is another example of how Vetiver TT is on the cutting edge of nature-based solutions here in Trinidad and Tobago. Our constructed wetland solves a problem of toxic leachate. Leachate is a complex liquid mixture that is made up of heavy metals, organic substances, and any other waste substances that mix together. And then as this garbage is mixed together and mixes with water, it begins to release all these liquid exudates that are full with all these toxic chemicals. And those toxic chemicals then form what we know as leachate. And that leachate then flows into ponds, like you can see in the back of me here. What that water does, it is a poisonous mixture that destroys life wherever it goes. So, to solve that problem, what SwimCor was looking at is using a nature-based solutions, using constructed wetlands. The reason why we're using constructed wetlands in preference to other treatment methods, such as reverse osmosis, is because to set up plants like those are highly capital intensive, and not just capital maintenance. Another problem that we have with traditional solutions is the carbon impact. The amount of carbon that's going to put into the atmosphere, the negative impacts it will also have on biodiversity. So, in light of all of that, we opted to use a nature-based solution, a constructed wetland. Monthly, we conduct our testing on the system. We also maintain it. We prevent weeds from overgrowing. We prevent blockages from forming. We constantly monitor on it to see what we can improve, what updates are required, always iterating on it. And in this 1 year time, we were able to leverage our experience and the results we gained to secure a larger industrial client. This constructed wetland is only part of our total combined solution for leachate management. Within the year, we've also started working on floating wetland systems. We have now leveraged our experience with constructed wetlands and floating wetlands to provide a complete solution for leachate management. Vetiver TT plays a huge role in degraded land rehabilitation. Today, I want to highlight some of the work we've done in the national quarries. Here, we are helping restore ecologically degraded lands back to its original health. What we are doing is helping in ecosystem engineering. What is the role that Vetiver TT played in restoring these degraded lands? What you're seeing behind me now is between some plots are 2 and 3 years old. But prior to this, here was barren with overgrown grass, overgrown plants. So what did we do now to help rebuild this ecosystem? We helped design it. We helped decide what species of tree to select. We have a variety of trees that were put on the site. What you're seeing is actually almost 1,000 trees in this plot that was sponsored by Delta Logistics. We are using the Vetiver Grass as a form of ground cover. So you can see in front of us here, this is Vetiver Grass that is now regrowing. That's because last week, as part of our maintenance, we chopped the grass and then we spread the cuttings around the plant to create mulch. You can see here, this is a jamon that was recently replanted to replace a lost one. And around it, we have the dead plant cuttings because we're using this as a form of ground cover. And exactly what this ground cover does is that it traps moisture in the soil, which is incredibly helpful, especially here in this dry season. Because the more moisture that is remain trapped in the soil, the cooler the soil is, and the more water is available for plant growth.
My name is Levan Ramharak, and I'm the Scientific Officer here at Vetiver TT. How I came to this position is that my passion led me here. And my passion and purpose is to learn, create, inspire.
Hi, my name is David Cannell, and I have been with Vetiver TT since November of 2022, functioning as a technical officer and being really and truly involved with all different aspects of Vetiver TT's business.
My name is Yari Kisoon. I am part of the field team. I supervise the field team for all the projects with Vetiver.
My name is Trinidad Kisoon. I am the Projects and Administrative Coordinator at Vetiver TT.
So I'm Charles Marquand, Managing Director at Vetiver TT Ecological Engineering Solutions Limited. And about 3 years ago now, I took over the day-to-day management of the company from my brother, Jonathan Barker.
One of the parts I really enjoy about this job is, as I said, it gives me an opportunity to fulfill my purpose. I get to do great work because I really enjoy these projects that I work on because they are using nature-based solutions on a large scale. I get to feel good that I have an impact on a lot of people and the environment because of the projects I work on.
What I enjoy most doing at Vetiver TT is mainly interacting with the clients. I am one of the persons who you will first interact with. So when you call for your inquiries and to find out more information, I am one of the first persons that you all will talk to.
I like to plan things and how to grow it in, how to bring it up for it to be in the proper way.
Being outdoors most of the time, you're going different places, meeting new people, different scenery.
I just enjoy working with people, being out in nature and in the environment, and coming up with creative solutions that harmonize with nature to solve sometimes very complex problems, but with solutions that nature has already made available to us.
There really is a lot of potential for all the solutions and business development ventures that we are making. And long term, we see the growth of the company, multiplying our staff several-fold and having more established departments as opposed to kind of our smaller core team that we have now and that have been working hard, and being able to go a lot more directly as well into consultation. Currently we provide really let's call it a to Z turnkey approach to many clients. We go give recommendations, design a solution and implement and maintain that solution. But in addition to that, we will be building our expertise and in-house capabilities of just providing designs to clients on a high engineering stamp to drawing level. So all those are different services that we really see ourselves having the potential to do there within our grasp. But as we develop, as we grow, as we gain more reputation with our clients, and as we build that in-house capacity, this is what the company could look like in a couple of years' time. So I'd like to end this segment by a note of thanks. First, I'd like to thank God for giving us the opportunity to work here with such interesting solutions and bringing together a great team to provide such a unique service. I'd like to thank my brother Jonathan Barker, who put so much in over the years with his expertise to found this company, and for his continued advice and his invaluable direction today. I'd like to thank Narendra Kissoon, our operations manager, shareholder. He's been indispensable because, well, just a critical part of our team, and guiding us forward, putting in a lot of hard work day and night. And the rest of our team, from Yari to David to Linia, Levan. So thank you to you all. You all are very much part of where Vetiver TT is today and where we're going. I'd like to say a word to our clients, from residential to commercial, from Princess Town to Moruga to Cascade to Diego Martin. Get back to us. Let us solve all your erosion control and slope stabilization problems. We can do it, and we will give you a service you enjoy, a high quality experience, and one that you could rely on and be really satisfied that we've given you something that's also cost effective. So with that, I'd like to say, do contact us. We have our website, vetivertt.com. You could also follow us on social medias, on Vetiver TT, on Instagram and Facebook, and our contact number. So thank you for watching this video.